Okay, everybody, joining us from Scranton, Pennsylvania is Allante. Now, when Allante was 10, her world came crashing down when a DNA test determined the man who she believed was her dad was not her father. So at that point, her mother, Amanda, revealed there was another man named Darryl who could be her dad. Now, since then, there's been a decade of accusations and confusion over this issue, but no DNA test until now. So listen to how this has affected Allante over the past 14 years.
My mother had me when she was just 16 years old. What does a child know about raising a child? My life was really tough. I was in and out of foster homes because my mother couldn't take care of me. I was abused mentally, sexually, and physically. To make matters worse, when I was 10 years old, the man that I thought was my father was proven not to be. I was frustrated and I was angry and I lashed out. Finally, my mom told me that there's a man named Darryl that could be my father. When I was 14 years old, I searched for him on Facebook. I tracked him down and we briefly met. Over the years, I haven't always kept in touch with Darryl. But with this situation, it's breaking my heart. I just need the truth.
So we're going to speak to Darryl, who's joined by his mother, Deborah, later in the show. But first, Allante, your mother, Amanda, everybody ought to know this, it's another teenage mother at the age of 16. She had you. Do you think that had an impact on your life because your mom was so young?
Yes.
You believed a certain man was your biological father growing up. Did you feel close to him when you were young?
Yes, Maury, I did.
And so then what happened at 10?
Well, we thought he was my father, so we took a DNA test, and it came out negative, saying that he's not the father.
What was your reaction?
I was confused because I called him Dad all the time.
Did you go to your mom? Were you upset at your mom at all?
I was kind of upset at first.
What did your mom tell you?
She thought that he was my father.
Where did the name Darryl come up? Did she tell you that?
She said that Darryl could be my dad.
Hi, Maury.
Hi.
I was in a relationship with another man, so Darryl and I were not in a relationship. We were like side pieces. If he was in a relationship, I was in a relationship. So at the time, the thought didn't come up.
I see. So when Allante came to you, when you all found out that the other man wasn't her father, you mentioned Darryl.
Yes.
Did you know where Darryl was at the time?
Somewhere in New Jersey.
So Allante, at 14, what finally happened?
I ended up meeting Darryl at 14.
Tell me what that was like.
At first, I didn't believe him that he was going to come down here.
Right.
And then he actually came down.
And when he came to see my daughter, he was there to see her, but ended up coming upstairs and kissing me on my forehead. If you're there to see my kid, don't bring me involved with your mix. I was in a relationship yet again, and he comes upstairs and started kissing on me.
When Amanda got pregnant, she told me I wasn't the father. That's what I went.
Yes, because I was in a relationship.
So I disappeared for 10 years. I had to take care of some business. I came back home, and then that's when Allante got in touch with me. I said to myself, well, you know what? I was with Amanda. That is my daughter. And that from that part on, I played the role as her father. I have two sons that I always had custody of since they was little, 2 years old. So I never run away from my kid. So I don't want her to sit here and say I ignored Allante for all these years or nothing like that, because it wasn't like that.
What?
But you knew for the past 10 years, though.
Wait a minute.
Time out. You knew the past 10 years.
She the one said I wasn't the father because back in our day when we was younger, she always chose to run around with the dude with the most money. And that's how that went.
Liar.
No, you're a liar.
Allante, you just heard all that. You don't like that going on, do you?
It's all right, baby girl. It's all right.
You met Allante when you were 14 years old, right?
Yes.
She doesn't think you all had much of a connection since then. And my viewers will want to know if your kids are important to you, why didn't you try to get closer to her?
She know when I came home and she got in touch with me, ever since then, I always tried to play a part when I came around, when I came home.
I see. Allante, do you want Darryl to be your father?
Yes.
Okay, that's a start, but there's still a mountain of uncertainty. And we've heard also from Darryl, and we're going to hear from his mother. And by the way, Deborah, nice to have you with us. Thank you for being here. Have you met Allante?
Yes,
What do you think of her? Do you think that she's your granddaughter?
yes. She looks like my son. I know that's not much to go on, but she looks like my son.
Are you upset at anybody here?
Well, I'm a little upset right now. I wasn't at first. I'm a little upset right now with Amanda
Because?
For what?
because she's lying.
About what?
Lying about what?
Allante called Jersey. She called the granddaughter of mine. And they called us. Darryl told them from right then that it was his daughter. Amanda had never gotten in touch with us about anything. Because I asked her when I saw her, why did you never tell us about
Who's us?
Allante?
He knew about it. He knew.
Could you have told Darryl a little more about whether he was the father way back?
Maury, this is what happened. I was with a man, like I said, in a relationship. We were doing whatever, me and Darryl. When the test was taken and came back, he wasn't the father. We spoke. We seen each other in the bars. He knew that it's his child. She looks just like him and his brother. You know what I mean?
But you told
going
me-
back and forth.
Yeah, but-
At the time, prior to the test, yes, I did tell you weren't the father.
Okay.
Prior to the test.
Okay.
And once the test came, you were her father.
Maury, blood is thick, but love is thicker than blood. So I'm gonna love her regardless what that blood test say.
Here we go.
All right.
In the case of 24-year-old Allante, Darryl, you are the father.
I told you.
Yeah.
Shut up.
I told you.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Sure you did.
Okay.
I told
All
you.
right.
My bad. At
Guess
first.
what?
I'm sorry.
Amanda, okay? Everybody's going to have to live with each other here. Allante, you happy?
Yeah.
Say.
It's okay, baby. It's okay. I wish you was right here in front of us right now.
You are not the father.